Do me, I do you. Man no go vex. You destroy my radio station, I destroy yours. Man no go vex.
Be like some vexing go come inside.
Vexing go come and you your pocket inside. You do me, I do you. Ghana politics. Say there's an echo. You see, we so way more. Now we so me we kakra. You came to arrest some of our people. Yes, you buy a chill wound to me kakra. You invite you use kakra. Minister of Finance kakra. I'm money now so you make chicken kakra.
Signal bureau boss ya che no ye or the Darman kakra.
Say kakra no be ayo. MPP Suba, they shouldn't forget. We like the gameplay. Back to back, sir. They shouldn't.
We are spectators.
Yeah, share the cost. I'm on fire crew in
Nice one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the highest cook at the Kukuela, the Kudus. Today I'm here to cook. Yes, General Wanzi here to cook, and I'm here to cook with.
The name still remains low key. What you say? Share more town. No about me doing low key. No matter one city.
So early this morning, as we wake up, we can't hear say Ghana National Communication Authority, or what we call National Communication Authority.
Okay.
They release some press statement.
And as to talk release, I figure maybe they release some album. Gas. Release album.
Communication Authority gas in over there. What release press statement.
Okay.
So I want to dive into the press statement first before we go into the matters concerning the press statement.
You want to dive
into the press statement?
Is it the swimming pool?
Swimming pool. Okay. Where I'm diving into the tokro of the press statement.
Oh, can you dive into tokro?
Hey. Swimming pool and tokro. A bigger hole. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the press release, and they state or they say the National Communication Authority, NCA, orders defaulting FM broadcasting stations to suspend operation. Please take note. Now, Accra, that is 12 June 2025, the National Communication Authority, NCA, has directed non-compliant FM broadcasting stations to immediately suspend operations on their respective frequencies for various infractions. The enforcement action has become necessary due to persistent violation of regulatory requirements. Specifically, yes. So regulations 54 and 56 of the Electronic Communication Regulations, that is 2011, LI 1991. That's like a law concerning
communications in Ghana.
Yeah, communications in Ghana. That is the National Communication Authorities in Ghana, and the condition of their FM broadcasting authorities. Now, this action follows a directive issued by the Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation. Do you know the man we are talking about?
Sam
Jatta George.
And you know data or the become
what it data so what it be
the high
sense who
okay
Sam George they are saying so now mandating the NCA to enforce applicable sections on stations found to be in violation of the regulation in the recent audit conducted by the NCA to ensure full compliance with licensing and operational requirements in the broadcasting sector. Now, following this directive, the NCA has commenced enforcement of regulatory sections against defaulting entities identified in the frequency audit report in phases. Now, the categorization of said your mature and kind.
You never school you see if the fundamentals are weak
and the fundamentals in the weak papa because fundamentals already me ceiling in the good because game point is a very good school but my fundamentals already a very weak papa
does it build a book collapse
Charlie after we complete our cooking fundamentals from let's continue.
So you know what? Basically, they are partying in a day like day. Oh God.
So we woke up this morning and we noticed that the press has released, the Ghana, the National Communication Authority has released this press, which is saying that some of these radio stations or these radio institutions have infringed on the rights of their, system. They have a system. They have go against their regulations. And they have made an order that all these radio stations are to stop working immediately.
Mm-hmm. Immediately by force at once.
And this is what people are saying that, it's like the radio stations that has been affected are MPP affiliated radio stations. That's what the people are saying. Because we noticed that a radio station like Asasi Radio.
Yeah, and Untumi FM. And Happy FM.
And Happy FM.
Yeah.
All these radio stations has been suspended or they have been asked to stop running. And this is what the people are saying.
Okay, so Nick, this year no patches say.
Ni crack say.
No patches say NDC na close MPP for radio stations.
That's what the people are saying.
But then you share same name. Is it true? This is what NCA has published.
Yes.
Is it true that they've gone against the laws?
Yes.
Or the rules? Is it true that they've gone against that? Or there's no truth in it at all? What I say? So I believe we should go for the facts than trying to politicize everything. Yeah. If you are trying to politicize everything, then it's like we are going to have a vicious cycle where political retaliations. So anytime a government comes, and it's not going to help us in the long run.
Exactly.
Politicians are the ones going to benefit from all this. You understand? So I believe we should target the issues at hand rather than going for politics or political side of the issue. Yeah. Because I know opposition will start doing the politics. But we, as content creators or as Ghanaians, should refrain from these political views, political sided engagements.
Political rather than sidings. You are siding one political party or political. It's called political siding. It's not political views. They all kind of go for no anything. But you talk, we are on a serious issue. Ladies and gentlemen, Cosmos for gentle English speaker. You know, Cosmos.
We are only
foundation is very strong. Cosmos, your mabbe. What information from you understand? But
so make refrain from this political engagement. Then attack the issues at hand. One, what the NCA then do?
So they say that they were supposed to re-register or apply for a new license, and they didn't do it. That's like their old lines or their license were not functioning again. And this system of radio or having a media station, you need to work with license.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you saying that I read somewhere that 60 radio stations? Yes, I also saw 62 radio stations on some other news portals. So are we saying that all 62 radio stations or 60 radio stations are all opposition?
That's what the people are saying.
Oh, come on. If we should inform ourselves first before making comments or passing comments on issues like this. Otherwise, we say you are not deep. You are not deep. You understand? Because if you go, this is on 3news.com.
Okay.
So it says number 1, 28 stations operating with expired authorizations despite previous orders in 2024 to cease broadcasting. Expired authorization, since 2024, I said name or your friend is saying notice.
And 2024, it wasn't NDC that was on power.
Yes.
So you can't blame them.
Yes. Money. What you say? And then 2, 14 stations that failed to commence operations within 2 years after receiving authorizations, yet continue to broadcast without meeting inspection requirements. Failed to commence operations, such a magic your friend is saying a permit,
Yeah.
2 years you failed to operate, yet continue to broadcast without meeting inspection requirements.
Yeah.
You see all these things, the NCA has to come inspect your place, make sure it deems fit for whatever communication work you are going to do. The 14 of these stations didn't comply. Number 3, 13 stations granted provisional authorization but have not paid the full fees. Your mama provisional authorization. But muntu ya scan I was mutu ya half.
That's what omo nkofo na
the aka no mo twen ama me low key na ma mutu ya mama.
Ebi unze your nkofo bu school back then. Your mom school fees are no more half. No mutu ya half.
Minim girl bi.
Nkofo.
Minim girl be friend Barbara Sante.
No ye bi pa on.
Share. The money fees no. Ono ntu ya. What could this can no apprentice fake name no the
no the coffee. Me so minim boy bi. On there. Your friend no Percy. On the obetua half. No the aka na den. Ako street. Yeah. On so you man no dey no. No so our apprentice full payment ko. There sound for that.
So number 4, 7 stations that paid fees but have not fulfilled other regulatory obligations necessary for final approval.
Oh, okay.
So these are the issues we have on board.
Okay.
And so you ask yourselves, are these things true? Senye no cry radio stations na ya omo sa no. Omo for evidence and so ampa nkrofo yenye no cry. Ade they are 2 years so yenye no cry.
Yeah, that's true.
So come out and tell us that yenye no cry. And then don't forget that when NDC was coming, one of their campaign messages was a reset. They want to reset the system. In kwasi ane mana koso ache o system nim.
Bro.
8 solid years in some hunu sa na nkrofo din some hunu ni ade. So ni nkrofo na America ni bi nkrofo in some hunu sa na mo hyehyɛ no mu din some hunu. So all these things are it made Ghanaians very numb to in some hunu. Like afide
as we have become addicted to.
Yeah, afide what cry and shada nya we biom. What's Charlie say there we go again. Yeah. You understand? So there are so many things this government is really working towards. So I believe we should just support whatever they are doing. If it's wrong, we tell them this is wrong.
Yeah.
If it's right, mom accolades, everybody in same mom say my idea, what I say. So whatever the government, almost all the arms of government, yes, almost all the arms of government, you are seeing improvement. You understand? And I'm sure when I don't know how they call them, the researchers, those who do reports on issues like our court system, if our court system is really very good and all these things, you understand? This info stats analytics, or the Musa Dankwa, you know Musa Dankwa, yes. So if they go out and then they pick informations and data on these issues, let's see whether there's improvement in the way Ghanaians think about our justice system, about our media space, whatever is going on in the country. I'm sure maybe by the end of this year, we'll see a very huge increase in performance or in the way we see most of our systems, our government institutions or machinery in this country. You get? So I think this is a step in the right direction. But if anyone who decides to do this thing politics, if I will make the person know, say no.
It no be politics.
Yes, this thing no be politics.
Exactly what you are saying. The reason why people are trying to say that they are trying to politicize this whole issue is that in 2019, 113 radio stations were closed down. And we had to have radio stations like XYZ and then Radio Gold, which people claim that these stations are affiliated to, the NDC political party. And then since those radio stations were closed, now that MPP is in power, they feel like radio stations like
Untumi and
Asasi. Untumi is like strictly
we
know
its affiliations.
And then they are saying that all these radio stations are being closed because in 2019 we had these radio stations being closed, and it's like a banter.
Yeah,
you do me.
Yeah, this one like tit for tat kind of thing.
But you see, in this case, you notice that the issue of or they're issuing a report to them that they shouldn't function because their licenses were not valid anymore, were given to them or was sent to them in 2014.
Yeah, some of these things they were sent notice. They send them warnings. They send them like years back,
So
2 years, 3 years back.
That should basically tell the people that this system is not being run by political, interest.
Yes.
It's being run in a system where both, Ghanaians and those political parties
Yes, and
have their own
then
thing.
mind you, in every country, if your communication
It's poor.
is poor
Yeah.
in the country, it means the country will collapse.
Collapse,
You
yeah,
understand?
exactly.
And I think I think this is it the fourth? No, they say that the media is the fourth eye of the what?
Country.
You know the media is what keeps the country running.
Yeah.
If the media dies, Charlie,
Who's
chaos
going
in the
to
country.
know, yeah,
What you
what
are
is
saying?
really happening?
Because if the media puts more lights or throws more light on whatever government is doing,
yeah.
what you are saying, no more picking information, like Sanyamano.
That's true.
We know what
These
is
are
happening.
the same jobs we are doing.
Yes,
here.
we know what is happening. Yes, we say money. I'm not fair. So they keep every government on its toes. They make sure every government, Nema, you are not supposed to do. You don't do it.
That's true.
What you say.
That's true.
So if we are trying to sanitize the system, now politics.
Charlie.
You say
Go and sit down.
What you say? You should go and sit down somewhere.
Go and sit down.
You understand? We mean business. This is a government of business.
Yeah. Charlie government.
We don't do politics.
People also say that the rate at which this government is working, they don't want MPP to even come on power again.
Charlie, I'm say like
Because the cooking be hard. Oh.
every sign shows that. Every sign shows that Charlie they make serious.
They
You
really they
understand?
sanitize the whole system,
Yes.
as you said.
I just hope they keep this space.
Fire blazing like
Yes,
that.
they keep the momentum like that.
That's a fact.
Mama appointing some kundi kwa asem ne ade because if you didn't kwa asem we'll be here, we'll drag you.
Sometimes
You
it's not
understand?
even the president.
Yes, it's the appointees now. It's always the appointees. They drag everything down. They drag the party down. They drag the government down.
Charlie.
So as we sit here, we talk about dragging the government down. If the same thing that happened in the party in opposition now, MPP.
Yeah.
You understand? These are the things that appointees were doing, and then no be a president.
Nobody talks about it.
Okoka yeah be wow. I said last year crimes now through say be can zembi.
me
Was
last
now
year-
nim say be mo
Last
abegwa.
year, them man kasa cry. Hey.
Me say be
Yeah.
now through cause the yeah for bongo ideas no. Oh na say wonso de unim obi a o.
Bongo ideas in poor body ni amani. Na me my say my
Bongo ideas na no den on social media
na
na
me
o
my kids yeah. Men to it kasa kekera beka.
so de me so na come lawyers o nka beti.
Obi have lawyers, but my lawyers are all in studies. They are all studying. Omo ni in practice into chimi ya enko baby ah.
I'm sure I'm going to escape good. Never could them. So yes, that is what is happening. Me, my worry is that, or you know what? I like the fact that now the youth is the youths are reasoning
and
like,
they are open to these things. Yeah.
Now they are following politics more. Recently, I saw Jai Jimmy post that he had influence in that kind of mindset of the for the youth, and I say he pushed that agenda. He made the youth have this much interest in politics. Because me at first then me say I know they follow me. I feel like don't more your but later you realize that whatever they do wherever they are,
it affects
you. Everybody in the
for
country.
Me, I would say I wouldn't say I was fortunate, but I had to live with my grandparents who always listen to radio. So growing up, whether the rulings of the government or the decisions they take will affect me or not, I was so much interested in politics because whether you like it or not, so it became something that I fell in love with, like something I wanted to know. Why is these people doing this thing and why? Because from where I come from, they are following one political party, and I found myself like, okay, they are following the political party because maybe follow it, when should be follow it. But I decided to be open. Any government that comes that give me a right promise or show me whatever is clear, I follow. And that is what a Ghanaian should do.
Yeah, true.
So basically, those people who are talking about this decision taken by the National Communications Authorities is politics, or they are trying to, politicize everything, they should just know that it's not politics. This is basically a way that is going to run the country properly. Because imagine we have a radio station who doesn't have license and is running and giving information which are not accurate or which are not right. How will you even sue that radio station? Because one, the radio station is not working under government rules. You understand? So even if you take the radio station to court, the court will not even.
So they are not even recognized.
Recognized.
Good. They are unpermitted.
Yes.
Anyhow.
So the
documents are expired.
So during the court proceedings, the radio station can even say, I'm working through YouTube or those things, and those platforms are open to the community, which you can't even argue on that. You get it? So if you claim that you're a radio station and you are working in Ghana as a recognized radio station, you need to partake in all the processes or the proceedings of what the National Communications Authority has given out. You need to follow the procedure and make payment, follow their instructions, register, do the right thing so that you don't become a victim. Or else, if these things happen, they are going to lock. And the talk that people are saying because MPP closed down 113 and NDC is also closing. I don't see the politics in this. And even MPP
this is
did
not politics.
That, yes,
there's no politics.
Like
I know as usual people want to do politics.
People will even talk just like
politics.
Namwan's issue like this. I'm not trying to drag him in, but Namwan's issue like this. If Namwan did the right thing, I'm not sure that as the government came after him and then they took the issue to court, he would still be running his system if he did the right thing. But since he didn't do the right thing, he's nowhere to be found again. Yeah. His system is nowhere to be found. So simply do the right thing and you'll not be penalized for anything. So basically, there's nothing politics about this thing.
Okay, so before I leave or before we go, let me ask you. You were talking about infractions when you're reading infractions. A patches a day.
Ubisame. I did not issue the press statement. I was reading to them that this is what the press has read.
Which bro for infractions?
Now infractions. No, what say we bisame.
Me message.
Now what be
me message.
What be Google? What say we would if this. And now they bury me, ladies and gentlemen. Cosmos for they say the last content we did they say ChatGPT across we mun yes are no. When it turn up or search there now we are not able. We will accept. If you know we're going to tell you. If you don't know, bro, go and sit down.
Oh my gosh.
Charlie. So tell us one thing that you think that the people of Ghana should take from this information that has come out from the National Communications Authority. Yeah.
Okay, so what I would say is we should give the government time. You understand? Because since they came, we see the work that they do.
Yeah.
You understand? We see whatever they bring to the table. So they should give them time and then move away from politics. Like, let's not politicize these issues. You get? Because if we are going to politicize the issues, it means because if we politicize anything, politicians will benefit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You understand? But if we are going to see the issues for what they are, then we as Ghanaians are going to benefit. Exactly. So this is why I have what can I say? Yes. So Charlie, the name still remains low key. This is Let's Cook. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments, comment section. What you are saying, Pacho. Me share link na, me share niyama na, Pacho. Don't leave the comments in my DM. Go to the comment section and leave the comments there. You understand? Onesie.
Yeah, and to those of you who don't agree with me, don't go and test him and say your man no the talk sense. Fat to comment section him. Yeah, him say something you can sense into go and sit down. Now infractions not okay. Infractions not okay. They are minor violations. This is a simple statement. This is a grammar that you need to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is not politics. You just have to know MPP back, and then they think say a system or a radio station is not working according to the rules and regulations. They can also close them down, and that is how we want Ghana to be a better Ghana, not politicizing anything.
Yes,
here.
We want a Ghana where the law works.
Exactly.
We want a Ghana where the law doesn't favor anybody. We want a Ghana where the law is the law.
Yes.
The law isn't. Nobody is above the law.
No,
understand?
No.
That is the Ghana we want.
Yes.
So yes.
Exactly. So ladies and gentlemen, so your highest cooker de Kukuela. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and then put us on post notifications so that whenever we post, you'll be able to know that Loki Studios have posted and we are cooking and we are still cooking. On that note, we have cooked and we say, voila!